Hello YouTube, Psychofox here. It's been a while since I did a video, and I've had a couple of pickups in the meantime. I've rearranged the games room a little bit, so I'll give you a quick mini tour in a bit and just show you what I've got. So recently I picked up this. Now this is the Sega Handle controller for Sega Master System. It's made by Hori and it was rebranded Sega in Europe. It's absolutely massive if you compare it to a Game Boy cartridge. You can see there, it's absolutely massive. So it's got handle controller written on it, just in case you didn't know what it was. It's model number 3041. It's got start and select, which is obviously corresponds to button 1 and 2, I'd imagine. Auto fire, I think. It's also got some little buttons here. I imagine it's sort of meant to look like Knight Rider, you know, kit steering wheel, that sort of thing. It sort of springs back to centre. And these are meant to be quite fragile, but this one, cosmetically it looks good. That's just a sticker there, that doesn't play any part in gameplay. So this cost me £5. They're worth a lot more than that, especially boxed, but it's missing the lead. Now, it's not just a standard lead, it's a 15 pin connector, which then goes to a 9 pin to plug into the console. So yeah, they're pretty hard to find. So I'm in the process of making one. So what I've got is this is actually a joystick extension cable for a Neo Geo MVS. I think this will work on Famicom as well. So it's exactly the same connector as that. So the other end I just cut off, and you can see the 15 wires. So I've got done all the continuity. I know which wire there relates to which pin there, and I know which ones to connect it to at the 9 pin end. Obviously only 9 of these wires are used. So I've got an order a little connector, 9 pin connector, and it's actually really easy, because these will just, it's a solderless connector, they'll just screw in like when you fit a wire in a plug, really. A lot easier and much less fiddly. So that's an order from China, so I don't know when that's going to arrive, but when it does I'll finally be able to test it, and hopefully it'll work, because it's even if it doesn't, for £5 it's a good looking thing. So that's one thing I got. And another thing, something I've been after for absolutely ages, it's one of these Xeon Super Mario Bros. 3 watches. This was the last purchase needed for my LCD collection. I've got all the Grandstand games, but we used to own this back in the day. And these used to go for about 15 quid, I don't know when, about 7 years ago. But they've really gone up. And they go for about 25, 30 quid now. Maybe a bit more. But I managed to get this one for £16. Fully working. It was just, I think it put people off with the fact that it said there's some scratches on the screen and a bit of dust trapped under the screen, but I mean, you can barely see that. I mean, what watch of this vintage doesn't have that anyway? So yeah, the only thing you got to watch when you buy these is there's no sound unless you set the alarm. So when the alarm is set, then you get sounds when you're playing the game. If you don't set the alarm, then there'll be no sounds. So that confused me for a bit. So yeah, if you want the little jump noises and sound effects, you've got to have the alarm set for some point during the day. And for some reason my daughter is terrified of the alarm of this thing. If it goes off, she's not happy. I don't know why. It's a nice little tune. So that's my pickup. So I'll just do a little quick tour of the games room. Got Sonic 3 picture there. Zelda on Game Boy map. Not done too much. I've the big Sony Trinitron that was there, I've actually managed to get into this cupboard. So I've got it set up there with Mega Drive with an EverDrive in it, PAL Super Nintendo, CDI 3DO, NES, PS2, Xbox, that's got loads of emulators on it. Up here we've got my BBC Micro and little LCD game collection. Amstrad CPC 464 Plus. Just loads of boxes and stuff up there. My boxed N64 and PS1. So this is all my games. All my games now fit on one shelf, because I've got rid of a lot of stuff. So we've got Game Gear at the top. That's my Game Gear that's modded to work on the TV. Got some Master System there. NES. Mega Drive is now just one shelf. A couple of cartridges hiding at the top. Streets of Rage 2 and 3. Super Nintendo. There's the PSP there. That's got loads of emulators on it. And we've got N64, Dreamcast. We've got Game Boy there. We've got Mega CD 2 and a unmodded Mega Drive 2 hiding there. PS1 collection there, and right at the bottom you can barely see it. We've got some Xbox, Saturn, Japanese Saturn games, Jaguar games, CDI games, Atari 2600 games, DS and some DS games. There's my computer with Windows 7 on it, runs emulators and stuff. Shelves, got Jaguar, Lynx, Game Gear, Game Boy, Game Axe with a new 4-inch LCD screen I put in it. There's my 60Hz modded Saturn, 60Hz modded Master System 2, Supervision, my Spectrum that got fully recapped, my Commodore 64 with SD card interface in the data set there, my 2600 there. These boxes have got all joypads and cables in. I've labelled each box to what's inside. Got my old stereo there with my old tapes, my old Matsui stereo, and I've got this down from the loft, old Philips 14-inch, so I've got nothing really game related in the drawers. It's just my daughter's toys. As you can see, I've nicked this from my daughter's room, hence all the flowers. But this is a good little thing to if you want to plug in a console. So I've got Mega CD32 in there at the moment. Been playing some Super Frog. And finally, I've eventually got a Crazy Cards 2 poster created. I wanted to, I just think it's some of the best game art ever, and I've got that off, sent that off on the internet to, I can't remember who it was, some poster company, might be Vistaprint, something like that, and got that blown up, and it's come out really nice actually. Don't know if you can see close up, it's tiny bit grainy close up, but I guess I really sort of expected that because it's been blown up from a cassette tape inlay. And just the Monaco GP poster there, because I think that's one of my favourite Mega Drive bits of Mega Drive box art as well. So I put a shelf up there as well, but that's just all got a friend's box set and all stuff on my daughter's artwork. So I'm a bit cramped for floor space. My drawers are my original drawers from the 90s there. Got all game controllers in and stuff. Can't really see much in there. Copied games and stuff. So yeah. So I'll put another video up pretty soon once I've got this this part I'm waiting for from China. And it shouldn't be too difficult to get that all wired in, get it connected up, and I'll get this thing tested. And it should be pretty fun on games like Outrun and stuff like that. So yeah. Thanks for watching.